Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest updates across South Sudan and beyond. Today we have several important stories coming from South Sudan and East Africa. We'll talk about the ongoing Nasser court case involving suspended Petroleum Minister Puot Kang. We will also discuss the Ebola outbreak confirmed in Uganda after the death of a Congolese man in Kampala. And finally, we will look at the new order from the Puot County Commissioner banning social activities during the farming season. Before we proceed, please, if you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to tap the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin our report with Puot Kang denies supporting Nasser attack. According to this report, the suspended Minister of Petroleum, Puot Kang, appeared before a special court in Juba on Friday. During the hearing, he strongly denied claim that he helped finance the deadly attack on the South Sudan People Defense Forces base in Nasser in March 2025 last year. The former minister said the accusations against him are political and meant to destroy his name and reputation. According to investigators, Puot Kang allegedly sent money to organize and mobilize young people in Nasser County before the attack happened. The investigator claimed that about $30,000 were sent to support mobilization effort across different areas. Another claim presented before the court was that additional money was reportedly provided for traditional ritual connected to the operation. Investigator also told the court that some money transfers were allegedly made through mobile money system and other cross-border channel involving Kenya and Ethiopia. According to this report, prosecutors believe the suspended minister acted as a financial supporter and communication link between individuals in Juba and army group operating in Nasser and Wulang counties. However, while speaking before the judges, Minister Puot Kang completely rejected all the accusations. He told the court that he never sent money to support violence or war in Nasser. Instead, he claimed he was trying to calm down tension and encourage peace. According to Minister Puot Kang, he was communicating with people to prevent fighting and avoid bloodshed. The former minister also questioned the truthfulness of several prosecution witnesses. He argued that some witnesses were not credible because they never directly communicated with him and did not personally know him. Minister Puot Kang further stated that the prosecution failed to provide strong evidence to prove that money was transported from Juba to Nasser. Minister Puot Kang challenged investigators to show proof such as aircraft registration detail, name of companies involved, dates of transfer, or official record connected to the alleged movement of funds. According to him, such evidence has not been presented in court. The suspended minister also accused some witnesses of being politically connected to the ruling SPLM party. He claimed they were brought to Juba to testify against him for political reasons. This case remains one of the most sensitive political and security trials in South Sudan in recent years. Minister Puot Kang is among several individuals facing serious charges connected to the March 2025 Nasser violence. The charges include treason, terrorism, murder, crimes against humanity, and destruction of property. Among those mentioned in the wider case is First Vice President Dr. Riek Machar. Prosecutors allege that army group allied to the SPLMIO force attacked the SSPDF base in Nasser, leading to the deaths of many soldiers and destruction of military equipment worth millions of dollars. The court added that more than 200 soldiers were reportedly killed during the attack. The hearing has now been postponed until May 18, 2026, when judges are expected to continue questioning Minister Puot Kang. This case continued to attract strong attention across South Sudan because many citizens believe the outcome could affect the country's peace and political future. Well, many people are now waiting to see whether prosecutor will provide stronger evidence in court or whether the defense team will successfully challenge the accusation. Political analysts say the case may also increase political tension if leaders fail to handle the matter carefully. At the same time, others believe the legal process should continue independently so that the truth can come out openly before the public. For ordinary citizens, the biggest concern remains peace, stability, and the prevention of more violence in the country. Many South Sudanese are tired of conflict and hope leaders from all sides will focus more on dialogue and reconciliation instead of confrontation. As this case continues, people inside and outside South Sudan will keep following every development closely. Before we move on to our second top story, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's move on. Uganda confirmed Ebola outbreak. Well, Uganda has officially confirmed a new Ebola outbreak after a Congolese man died in the capital city, Kampala. Health authorities in Uganda announced the confirmation on Friday after laboratory tests confirmed the deadly virus. According to the Ugandan Ministry of Health, the man was 59 years old and came from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Reports say he was admitted to Kibuli Muslim Hospital on May 11 after experiencing several serious symptoms. The patient reportedly suffered from fever, breathing difficulties, stomach pain, nausea, and problem passing urine. Later, his condition became worse and he developed bleeding symptoms while receiving treatment in the intensive care unit in Kampala. Sadly, the patient died on May 14 this year, 2026. Well, according to this report, authorities later transported his body back to the Democratic Republic of Congo. Following the confirmation, Ugandan health officials immediately started tracing people who may have come into close contact with the deceased man. One close relative has already been isolated because officials consider the person to be at high risk. The Ebola outbreak has raised concern across East Africa because the disease is spread very quickly through direct contact with infected bodily fluids. The Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention recently reported hundreds of Ebola cases and many deaths in eastern Congo. Because of the growing danger, regional health officials are now discussing stronger cooperation between Uganda, Congo, South Sudan, and international partners. The goal is to improve border surveillance and stop the disease from spreading further across neighboring countries. Well, Ebola is one of the world's deadliest diseases. It was first discovered in 1976 in what is now the Democratic Republic of Congo. Scientists believe the virus originally came from bats before spreading to humans. Symptoms of Ebola usually begin with fever, weakness, headache, sore throat, and muscle pain. As the disease becomes more severe, patients may experience vomiting, diarrhea, skin rash, internal bleeding, and organ failure. Health experts warn that Ebola can spread through direct contact with blood, sweat, saliva, or other bodily fluid from infected individuals. At the moment, there is still no fully guaranteed cure for Ebola. According to the World Health Organization, Ebola killed around half of infected patients on average. However, doctors say early medical care and fast response can improve survival's chances. The new outbreak is now creating fear among many citizens in Uganda and neighboring countries. People are being advised to remain calm but careful. Health authorities are encouraging citizens to wash their hands regularly, avoid physical contact with sick individuals, and immediately report suspicious symptoms to medical workers. Travelers crossing border are also being advised to cooperate with health screening team. Many East Africans still remember previous Ebola outbreak that caused fear, economic disruption, and loss of life across the region. Experts now say a strong cooperation between government and health organizations will be necessary to prevent another major regional crisis. Citizens are also being encouraged not to spread false rumors or panic on social media. Instead, people should follow official health information from trusted authorities. The coming day will be very important as health workers continue monitoring the situation closely. Now let's move on to Bor Commissioner ban social activity in Jonglei State. Well, according to the report, the Commissioner of Bor County has announced a temporary ban on many social activities during the farming season. The order was issued by Commissioner Samuel Atenpech. According to the directive, activities such as wrestling competition, traditional dances, domino games, card games, and other entertainment gatherings are now suspended. The Commissioner said the decision is aimed at encouraging residents to focus on farming activities. Authorities believe many young people spend too much time attending social events instead of working in farm during the important agricultural season. The order reportedly took effect immediately and will remain active until the farming season ends. The directive also includes punishment for people who violate the new rules. According to the announcement, anyone caught participating in banned activities may be forced to work on government farm. In addition, violator could face a fine of 500,000 South Sudanese pounds. The order was shared with several government officials and security agencies in Jonglei State. This decision has already started generating different reaction among citizens. Some residents support the commissioner move, saying food production is very important and communities should focus on agriculture because of economic hardship and hunger facing many families. Supporters believe encouraging farming could help increase food supplies and reduce dependence on humanitarian aid. However, other citizens believe the restriction may be too harsh. Some people argue that traditional wrestling and cultural dances are important community activities that bring people together and preserve local tradition. Others also question whether large fine will create more pressure on struggling families. Despite the debate, local authorities say the order is necessary to ensure communities prioritize food production during the rainy season. Agriculture remains one of the most important economic activities in South Sudan, especially in rural communities. Many families depend on farming for survival. Experts say poor farming season can lead to hunger, rising food prices, and greater humanitarian challenges. This is why some local leaders are trying to encourage citizens to spend more time cultivating land instead of participating in entertainment activities. Still, many people hope authorities will also find balanced way to protect culture and community life while promoting agriculture. The situation in Bor County will continue to be watched closely in the coming week. Well, these are the major stories making headline today across South Sudan and East Africa. We discussed the ongoing Nasser court case involving suspended Petroleum Minister Puot Kang, who denies accusation of financing the Nasser attack. We also talk about the Ebola outbreak confirmed in Uganda after the death of a Congolese national in Kampala. And finally, we covered the decision by Boer community or Boer county authorities to ban social activity during the farming season. What do you think about these stories? Do you believe the court will find enough evidence in the Nasser case? Are East African countries prepared to stop the spread of Ebola? And do you support the decision to ban wrestling and social activities in Boer County in Jonglei? Leave your opinion in the comment section below. Please, if you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Thank you for watching. Let's meet on the next video.